Welcome back to another episode of Bass Fishing for Noobs here on the Paddle and Fin podcast. I'm your host, Sean.
And I'm Susie Q.
How's it going, Susie?
It's going pretty good. Can't really complain too much now. Finally got out on the water yesterday, which was a Monday, and I asked my boss the day before if I could take a half day. Because I knew this is going to be one of the last warm days before we go back into a cold streak again. And, sure enough, he let me go and got out on the water for a few hours, caught a couple of fish, and it was a good day. So, yeah.
I'm sure that was a long time coming. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it'd been 9 months since I had been fishing. It was needed, like, desperately.
I can only imagine. So, wow.
Yeah.
Well, congrats. That's awesome. I'm
Thanks.
super happy to see you out there, putting some fish in the kayak again. I can't imagine that had to be, just a great experience after that long of.
For that long of time. Yeah. If anybody else here can imagine, like just even going a couple months without fishing, just, multiply it by 100. And then that's how you feel. But yeah, I was super glad I didn't have any pain or trouble with my shoulder in any way, shape, or form. So that was like super relieving for me. And just, I'm sore because obviously I'm out of shape. But, it was definitely a good sore. Nothing was like, oh my God, this is not normal or anything like that. So, and everything was working great. I had just done some rewiring on my kayak and my battery cases, and all of that worked great. And so once I get my motor and everything, I'm ready to rock and roll. So
nice
super.
That's got to be just a crazy good feeling. But cool. I made it out on the water a little bit. I wasn't super successful. It has definitely turned cold and windy again here, so I fought the wind all day Sunday. And I had one really good bite, broke me off. It was something half decent, and I was doing super light line with the Ned rig, and it slammed it. And I tried to set the hook and got nothing but line back. So, but I was still happy to get some bites because it was pretty cold. I think our water temps were 44, so still on the chilly side, but.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right by the Susquehanna. So with the river.
Yeah, this was actually on the lake, actually.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I decided because it was super windy, the river was like super, super choppy. So I was like, at least go to the lake where I can hide a little bit,
Yeah. I actually got chased off by the wind as well, because when I went out, it was 65 degrees when I got out on the water. It was awesome. There was a light breeze. Nothing too crazy, some overcast. And then about 3:45, the sun came out, and like 10 minutes later, the wind kicked up to like 25 to 35 miles an hour. It was just like out of nowhere. And with it was a temperature drop as well. And I was just like, holy crap. So, I did a few more casts and whatnot. And then I was like, okay, I think it's time to go. I got in my truck and saw it was like 55. I was like, jeez, that didn't last long. So, but hey, I made every minute of it that I could.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited for our show tonight. We have a kind of longtime friend of the podcast, somebody who's really, really helped us out with a ton of stuff. I'm super excited to bring him in. He's been chilling in the green room, kind of on the backside there. But let's bring in Richard Devries from the Eastport Marina there in Dale Hollow. Welcome back. Welcome to the news show. How's it going, Richard?
It's going great. It sure is.
So we wanted to have Richard on because, as most of the folks know, we will be coming down to visit Richard here on the weekend of April 22nd and 23rd for our annual Padde N Fin Open tournament. And, it doesn't just have to be that weekend. Some folks are going down for most of the week, or a better part of the week anyway. And a lot of us hosts will be there as well. So just looking forward to getting back down there. But we wanted to give Richard a chance to kind of, highlight some of the, amenities there and kind of the specials and everything that they have planned for us down there. Because Susie and I can both attest, we've both been there several times now. And, we are always almost pampered, if you will, because it's kind of crazy how well we're treated. But we wanted to give Richard a chance to kind of go over what anybody who's attending can expect. So,
Well, not a lot has changed, and the prices haven't gone up, but there's inflation
which is
everywhere else.
amazing because
Yeah.
everything else has. Yeah, holy
Yeah.
cow.
So me and my wife went out to lunch yesterday, just the two of us, and it was $35 for lunch, and we had sandwiches and chips.
Wow.
That was one of those. I knew we had inflation, but you really see it when you go out to eat now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Prices.
We just went out to eat, and I have a 12-year-old daughter, and she's like, I really don't want to order off the kids menu anymore. And I'm like, ugh, there's another $20 on the bill. I was like, you picked the worst time to do that, girl. But just, it is what it is. She
it
eats
was
well, so I'm happy
McAllister's.
about
It's pretty good. I like what they serve, but $35 for a drink and a sandwich and chips for two of us. So, So what we're doing out there is it's still $50 a night if you want to stay the whole week or just the 2 nights. It's $50 a night on a houseboat, and you're going to share that with 6 other people. We only have 7 houseboats, so if you really want to be on a houseboat, you need to let me know soon before they get filled up. Now, if you're coming with a group, we've got cabins that sleep anywhere from a couple people all the way up to 25 people. And we could probably fit it into that $50 a night per person based on the size of the cabin and the prices they have. In some cases, less than that. So we have that available as well. And then we actually went down in our pricing on camping. We're doing it for free. So if you want to come camp, you can camp for free. If you need to plug stuff in and charge it, there's plenty of places over there at the farm and the barn to be able to plug stuff in. There's bathrooms over there. We don't lock up the barn at night, but there'll also be a teepee over there. So if somebody wants to sleep in a big Indian teepee, we'll have one of those set up.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. As I had a local guy gave me one. And so we're going to get it set up. It's like 400 square feet. It's 20 by 20.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That's a big teepee.
And I remember going on a field trip when I was in grade school, and we went to a teepee, and it was actually really warm inside. I was like, they had like a fire going in the middle, going up through the vent in the top, and I was like, holy cow, it is toasty in here. So it really does hold the heat.
That's the way this thing is. The way they had it set up in Jamestown, just up the road, and they rented it like a glamping project type of thing. So they had it on a platform, and there's a fire pit in the middle, and
very cool,
pretty nice,
awesome.
We
that would be an experience for sure.
Yeah, we haven't really had time to do much with it. In fact, we haven't even put it up yet, but we've got it. So it's got to go up. We're having a yoga retreat the weekend before you guys, and they want it set up for them, so it'll still be set up for you guys.
Nice.
So, pretty cool.
That does sound very cool.
We also are going to have some food specials. Our restaurant will be open the whole time, so we'll give everybody a discount on that. Cheap beer all week. On Saturday night during the tournament, Padde N Fin is actually going to pay for everybody to have dinner. Last year we had a taco bar. This year it's going to be either a pulled pork sandwich type bar, or it's going to be brisket. We haven't decided. Mainly because I was at Sam's last night and saw the price of brisket.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, I could not believe how much that's gone up. Ugh. So, but we'll see. Well, it's going to be good no matter what. It will be good.
Cool.
So that's kind of, my side of it.
Okay. I know I wanted to talk a little bit about both the houseboats and the cabins. I mean, we've had a chance, Susie and I have had a chance to stay. I think, Susie, you did stay on houseboat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've done 2 different cabins now. Both were extremely amazing. I think the first one that I was in was one of those bigger ones.
Hodgepodge,
Um,
yep.
Yep. That one was really neat. That had like a ping pong table in the basement, which was a huge hangout area. That was a good time. But the smaller cabin we were in right up by the farm last year was amazing too.
Smaller, that's a
I
4-bedroom, 2-bath.
but it's smaller than Hodgepodge. That's all I was
I
saying.
mean, everything's
I'm
small
not saying
compared to
it's.
Hodgepodge.
I'm not saying it's little.
Yeah.
Definitely, but compared to Hodgepodge, no. And but we also had another cabin just like it right next door, so we had plenty of room.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Hodgepodge is
really,
one of those cabins that got bunks everywhere. I think you can put 17 people in there and nobody has to sleep together.
Yeah, it's crazy. Every time when I walked in there first time, we went around a corner and then there was another room, and then we went around that corner and there was another room, and I was like, oh cow, I'm gonna get lost in here.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet cabin. So,
But
fireplaces, big living areas, porches all the way around.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And I know even last year we spent some time just chilling on the back porch of the cabin we were in because it faced out into the woods. I think we saw turkey at one point, and it's such a cool environment down there. So
yeah, we got places for fires everywhere. If you want to sit out at the fire and whatever. In fact, this year at the barn, it just got finished last week. It's like a octagon, and it's got 7 swings around a big fire pit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great place to hang out.
that sounds like we're gonna have to definitely check that out while we're there. Oh, there's some pictures.
Yep, I was pulling up some of my pictures here to show you guys if you guys are watching this. But this is one of the views of the barn. The barn at the farm, and the backside there. I do have some other pictures as well. I think I had a couple of the houseboat. I just haven't found them yet. It's an.
I remember hearing from some of those guys, that the houseboat you could like tie your kayaks up right there, pretty much. And have it ready to go. Oh, there's a good picture of the boat.
Shiny floors, yeah. I tell you what, on the houseboats, what they really liked was when you stayed on a houseboat, the way the marina is set up, right on the other side of the houseboat is a very calm, protected area where you could just stack up the kayaks and tie them off. So you have to load and unload, especially if you're going to fish on our end of the lake. Obviously, if you're going the other end, there you go.
Yep, there's a perfect shot of it.
Yep. See, I knew these pictures would have come in handy at some time.
Yeah, well, Padde N Fin actually has a video of the first time that they came for a meeting. So
for the meetup. Yep.
Yeah, for the meetup that showed a lot about the marina. And then I think the first year we had a tournament, they made another video. I know because I had Nathan participate in that, not me.
I'll have to ask Brian Schiller where that is so we can get that up on the air too, advertise and maybe try to see if we can squeeze it in as part of the B-roll and whatnot, what we have going on at the closing credits of the shows and whatnot. Because definitely need to highlight some of those things too. Because just Dale Hollow in general, it's so beautiful down there. This isn't too far from the marina. You don't have to really travel too far at all. And it's beautiful scenery, beautiful water. You've got an awesome host. You've got awesome food. You can't go wrong.
You really can't. If you add up the cost for a weekend to go do this, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can't beat that at all.
When we rent those houseboats in the middle of summer for a week, they're $6,500. So, wow. And some of them got granite countertops,
We get
a lot of people that come on these boats and they're like, this is nicer than my house.
Right? Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the photo I've got up now, this is a group photo we had taken of us last year. And this is the front stairs of the cabin that our group had stayed in. So, and I mean, it was comfy and cozy for, you know, all of us that were staying in there. I was pleasantly surprised at how nice and how cozy it was in there.
yeah, I think I went over there when you guys were I crashed your party, and there was probably 30 people, and they were all sitting around at the table and, you know, couches, and a few people on the floor. And yeah, I mean, it holds a lot of people.
It does.
Yeah, I think I think they did like a Friday night show from there, if I remember correctly, or after hours show or something where everybody was kind of. I was on my way. I was traveling. I was
Yes.
flying in, and I remember watching it on my phone at the airport. You know, everybody sitting around, kind of all together. So
Gosh, was that Wednesday or that Thursday? I think it was that Thursday night when we
I want to
did
say it
that.
was a Thursday night. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just broadcasted it from that main living and sitting area because I remember they had Adam like join in on it too because he had joined us too. And he's like, What am I doing?
You know, and Brian the other day was talking about all the prizes. Looked like there's going to be a lot more, you know, door prizes and stuff like that. So, I mean, everybody went home with something.
They did.
So
Yeah. No, and I was talking to Ryan Milford about that a little bit. I mean, I know he started working with you, Richard, and he's happy to, you know, kind of support Eastport, you know, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, they just keep growing and growing down there, you know, so it's really neat to see how far you've taken that, and, you know, all the stuff that you now offer for paddlers and, you know, kayak anglers and everybody. So
yeah, and be honest, we're going to cut back a little bit because, I mean, we are pretty rural. So, you know, it's a long ways for somebody from a metro area to come buy a kayak. So we're going to cut back a little bit, but we're going to stay in that business, but we probably won't be as thick in it as we have been.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah, I can see it does take a little bit to get down there. You know, but that's part of the allure for me, is that you're not just, you know, right in some metro area. You're in a pretty beautiful place, and it's worth the trip. So,
well, Del Hollow Lake is one of those places that people have on their list, their bucket list. But people that come here really want to be here. I don't care where you live at in the country or in the whole United States. You know, like north of us, they've got cold water and mud puddles. You know what I mean? Or rivers, big rivers. You know, not real recreational type places. I mean, any bit of water is great as far as I'm concerned, but when you come to Del Hollow, I mean, we're not close to anything. And, you know, we joke about people from Nashville complain about a 2-hour ride to Del Hollow, but people from Michigan will drive 12 hours and not complain a bit.
yep. I drove 14 to get there. So,
yeah. So, but it's because of what we have to offer. You know, from Nashville, you're going to pass 5 lakes, beautiful lakes, before you get to us. So that kind of makes sense. From Knoxville, from Chattanooga, it's the same story. We've got lots of water in Tennessee. But up north, I mean, they do have to pass like Lake Cumberland and land between the lakes that are pretty good spots. But north of that, like I said, Indiana, Ohio, they got mud puddles and cold water. Or solid water if you go further north than that.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Yep.
So, and people from Michigan will come down here and they'll be water skiing in March and April. Might wear a wetsuit, but that's their water temperature year round. So,
right.
Wow.
They're still here in October doing it. So yeah, I mean, there's people. I mean, if you haven't been to Del Hollow, I mean, you need to really come. You know, where we're at, you know, Brian was talking about it the other day. Um, no matter what type of fisherman you are, a lake fisherman, a river fisherman, we've got it all on the lake. So whatever your strength is, you can come to Del Hollow and use that strength to maybe win some money.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that, the diversity in water. I mean, right there at Eastport, you have, the river, and that's, kind of my strength. So that's kind of why I haven't ventured too far out. Now, last year we did take a trip somewhere. I don't know 100% what the place we went was called, but that was beautiful too. All I know is that's where I lost Brian's rod. So it's kind of as a bad memory for me, but
where was that?
but that was a little bit of a drive, but
Yeah.
again, it was a beautiful part, but I've never been to the lake part, so maybe I'll have to do some exploring this time when I get down there and just
Yeah, well,
give that part a try.
the lake has 640 miles of shoreline, so 15 marinas. In fact, if you don't want to stay with us, the other marinas, they got places to stay as well. But yeah, 640 miles of shoreline. It's 53 miles from us to the dam. And from
Okay.
us, you could go up the river, depending on which way you go, another 6-7 miles. So yeah, there's a lot of water. And
And I know, go ahead.
We had the world record smallmouth, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But in recent years, I don't know anybody that's seen anything bigger than 9 pounds. And there was a 9-pounder that was caught just a mile upriver from me.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that's a big fish, and
Yeah.
And in the springtime, of course, those smallmouth, they love the river.
And I know I was going to talk a little bit about that because last year we were there a little bit earlier than this, or than what we're going this weekend, and we kind of strategically planned this year to kind of be right in the thick of some good fishing time. I think is what the plan was.
Yeah, you should be. People ask me all the time, when's the best time to come? If I had to pick one day out of the entire year, it'd be like April 15th.
Okay.
On average, But this year it's going to come a little early.
Okay.
Our water temperature is already 55 degrees.
Is it really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Holy
so normally we're
cow.
wanting it to get to 50 degrees by April 1st.
Yeah.
We're already at 55. So.
Okay. Interesting. So
Wow. It's been interesting. I wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit too, because the first year we were there, which was 2021. Yeah. And everything had been flooded. Like the piers and the docks and everything were like super high, and you could see like the leftover timber and stuff that was like all up on shore.
Well,
and then last year, it was almost like you weren't necessarily in a drought, but it was like a little bit lower than normal. So it was quite interesting to see the, variables that the lake can experience.
Well, 2021 was the normal year. Now, we had just gotten, we weren't actually completely done yet. We got washed away in February.
That's right.
So, I mean, it had been the highest that it had ever been coming under the bridge on Highway 52. So we got completely washed away in the first part of February, and you guys came in early April, and we'd already got that much of it put back together.
Wow.
So yeah, that wasn't typical. Now, we always have some flooding in the springtime.
Mm-hmm.
We're up, let's see, we're probably up 10 feet off our low this year.
Okay.
So, I mean, our ramp was we were on the bottom actually. And the water's come up, so it's pretty nice right now. The good thing about it, if we do get a flood and we've already filled in some, it slows everything down.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't tear up the bank as much, not as many trees. And
sure.
So we should be fine.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yes. And I know last year when I was there, I tied my PB for largemouth I kicked myself because I didn't enter the tournament. I thought that the hosts were going to be just kind of paddling around and taking pictures and filming people. So I was like, oh, I didn't enter the tournament, and then I ended up catching a 20 and 3/4 inch largemouth. So I would have won big bass for the tournament had I been fishing it, but.
Well, that would have been good.
That would have been good. Yeah, but I was still happy to catch it. And I Brad Herboss was right there, and JT was there too. So they were, or JD, and he. So both of them got to see me catch it. So that was a thrill to actually have my buddies right there watching me catch that one. So
Well, I keep toying with the idea of entering it myself, but I don't know.
I think you probably have some spots. You
I
could
was
probably
saying,
do okay.
Well, I'm not a good fisherman, but I'm a pretty lucky fisherman once in a while. So
That's all it takes,
a few spots where, well, my best day was I caught 3 smallmouth in the same hole within like 10 minutes, and they were all 3 nice big ones. So
wow.
That was, well, the story about that is when I bought this marina, my son was 12 years old. My nephew was 12 years old. The local fishermen, they would tell them the secret places to go catch fish, but not me. And they would swear the kids to secrecy.
Oh,
which they held to it for the most part. But about 10 or 12 years ago, my son did show me one. And that's the spot 10 years later that I went to and caught those 3.
wow.
So yeah, so I'm learning what to look for too. I just got live view not too long ago in the fall.
Okay.
And, that's amazing. That's a game changer all by itself. A couple weeks ago, I went out fishing, and the water was low, and coming from a large creek into the river, the channel was choked off like 95%. So right in the middle, there's this little channel cut through the bank, and it dropped to like 10 or 15 feet right there. And I look on the live view, and I'm like, holy crap. There were so many fish. I bet I caught 60 largemouth in just a couple hours.
Holy
wow.
None of them had any real big size. I mean, they weren't real big, but it
still
was.
That makes for a good day.
That's
Heck yeah.
a fun time right there.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Nice.
So, anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I might be a little too busy.
Well, you always take good care of us, so I know you're usually busy running around. But
yeah, it's a busy time, but I have a good time as well. I mean, we love it when you guys come down. The family loves it. The employees love it. Already, the girl that runs the restaurant is very excited about what she can do.
I was going to say, speaking of people who take good care of us, she definitely, oh my gosh.
Yes. I remember, I don't remember if that was the year, if it was last year or the year before, but it was one of the last days. Like, she made us a hodgepodge of like what was kind of left over from the past few days. And it was like the best stuff we had ever eaten. It was just, oh my God, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, she's willing to accommodate people, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves what she does.
Yep.
You can tell. You can definitely tell.
Well, she's only 19 years old.
Yeah,
I'd forgotten that too. Yeah, she was.
And she runs that restaurant for me. 2 years ago it was being leased, and last year we took it back.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so she's worked for us since she was like 16, and she lives on site now, and she just does a really, really good job. She's understanding the business. That's what she wants to do, and so if I can take my eyes off it and she does a great job, then I got other things I could be doing.
Right? Yep. One less thing for you to worry about and focus on other things.
So we've talked about the accommodations. We've talked about the food. We talked a little bit about the fishing, which I've we, I've seen enough to know that if you can't find a place that you like to fish at Dale Hollow, you're doing something wrong because there's a little bit of everything there, and I definitely have had a blast every time I've gone out to fish. I really look forward to fishing someplace new, someplace that I hadn't been. The first year I went down, and it was a just a great experience to fish someplace like that and to really get to kind of learn how to learn a new place. But last year I felt like, we tried a few things. Now, the one day we went out and we all struggled. I think, what's the guy from California? His wife was the only one who caught a fish, and
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
she definitely.
yes.
She,
Oh my gosh, why can't I think of her name?
I'm drawing a blank too, but
I can see her
They had a
face.
good time. They came a long ways. too.
Yeah, they came in from
oh,
California.
Yeah.
and it was just great seeing her interact with, like, when we saw the cows at the one restaurant we stopped at, and it was like she never saw a cow before in her life, but it was
She was so excited about the
They got
cows
cows
running.
in California.
apparently, I don't know. She was very excited about the cows. Yes.
Yes.
So
Kristen and Shane Lamont.
yes.
Yeah. Are they coming this
So
year?
I don't
I
know if
don't
I heard.
believe
I
so.
don't think they are because they've got a fairly newborn.
Yes,
I
they
got
just
you.
welcomed their second, so they've been pretty busy from what we understand.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Well, good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, some of the things that we're doing, I think they're the group from West Virginia. Um,
Um.
why I meant to block here. John Rapp.
Yes,
John
John
Rapp,
Rat.
Okay,
Yep.
John
so
Rapp's crew. Yep.
he's
Yes.
got some deal where he's given an extra $100 for the winner from his state.
Yep.
And then Brian jumped in and said Padde N Fin would do the same thing and match it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said that any state that shows up with more than 5 people, that I would throw in a $100 gift certificate to whoever is on top for that particular state. So those are some extra bonus prizes that are going to be there this year. And then Brian says that if 100 people show up, we're looking at a $3,000, more than $3,000 first prize.
Oh yeah.
So, so that's pretty exciting as well. And then who knows what I'm going to do? Last year I gave away that motor to the last place.
Yep.
That turned out to be better than the second place prize.
Right. But that's what, makes us so unique and different from, kind of the other tournament trails and other stuff like that. I mean, we're not necessarily a trail anymore, like when we tried to do in 2021, but we're like, you know what, let's just if we're going to do an event, let's do it right. Let's have it be our only and main event each year, and let's just go big or go home.
Yeah.
Right. And a little bit before the show, you mentioned that this is a little bit of a different tournament, from some of the other ones that people might be used to. You want to go into that a little bit?
Well, from my experience, and you guys can, back me up on this. This tournament is not about just coming and catching the most fish and walking away with some money and leaving. This is more about the I don't know, the team building or especially for Padde N Fin, and just hanging out and making new friends or getting to know people that you've been friends with, but really only see each other on a video screen.
Yeah.
So that is 100% why I look forward to going, just to get to see these my Padde N Fin family that I talk to all the time, but this is my only chance every year pretty much to get to see them in person. So that's one of the main reasons I look forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a safe place to come. I mean, nobody's ever gotten hurt, or it's just everybody just comes to have a good time. So So I
That's
like
right.
that part about it too.
Very exciting.
Oh yeah, I look forward to it every year as well. I mean, it may seem weird for like, a lady to say, "Yeah, I love coming hanging out with a bunch of dudes, and whatnot." But I tell you what, it's one of the best times I have each year. Like I look forward to it because I don't think there's any other times in my life where I have laughed so hard in my life when I hang out with these guys. So
Well,
it's
John Rapp's wife's coming this year.
oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
So he'll really have to behave.
I'm sure he'll have his red cooler.
Yeah, you
I'm
better.
wondering if she's going to drink like he does.
Oh, that'll be interesting for sure.
That's his
I
whole
was gonna
strategy.
say
Winning this tournament is just knocking everybody out with the moonshine the
With
night
the
before.
there
moonshine.
is. I was gonna say there is. Beware if you see that red cooler come out. Just
Mhm.
Yeah.
keep your wits about you.
It's good stuff, but it's dangerous.
Yeah. And
And we have had some
he's a
funny
real back
stories too.
yeah,
Oh
he's a
yeah.
real back to nature type guy too. I mean, he saw bobcats and
Yeah.
turkey and coyotes and you can see a lot, especially in the springtime. The eagles. In the springtime, you see lots of critters out there. I
Oh
was
yeah.
telling him that we had a pig just run down the bank where I was fishing last year,
Oh wow.
which is kind of weird to see a pig do that. But
I remember
anyway,
seeing turkey last year while I was fishing because
I
I remember
remember
taking
hearing
video of
them
him and sending them
too.
to Jay. Yep.
well, when you talk about Dale Hollow Lake, it's not just about fishing. I mean, we've got 640 miles of shoreline owned by the Corps that you're allowed to hunt.
Wow.
So you can deer hunt, turkey hunt. You don't own property, you don't have to. I mean, there's plenty of places to hunt.
Very cool.
I think it was last year too. We had come in. I can't remember if it was before the tournament or during, but I remember walking up on the docks, and some guy had a wheelbarrow just full of crappie. I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy
Yeah.
crap!"
Yeah.
Yep. I do remember that too. Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
if you're not doing good bass fishing, I mean, there's crappie in there too that are, and they're big size too. They're not like little.
Well,
little
Dale Hollow, they have to be 10 inches for you to keep them. There's some
Mhm.
places, especially up north, there's no size limit. You can
Right.
keep whatever you want. They have to be 10 inches on Dale Hollow. So there was a guy out last week. I think their biggest one was like 17 inches.
Wow.
Holy
Crappie.
cow!
You talk about a dinner plate crappie. That's more than a dinner plate. Holy cow. That's
Yeah, and
amazing.
right now, where the water depth is and the temperature of the water, I caught a couple today, and they're in about 20 feet of water.
Okay.
So, and by April, they'll be up in the weeds.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there'll be lots more crappie. I mean, they're a lot easier to catch in April, but yep, it's a big crappie lake. We've got walleye running up the river right now.
Ooh.
So now that'll be kind of, for the most part, the run up the river will be done by the time you guys get here. But
Oh yeah. Might have
I
to
remember.
do. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was going to say, I think last year Brad Herboss was saying about having a fish fry, going out to try and catch some of those crappie and walleye and stuff.
I was thinking about that today, that maybe we ought to try to get them to, like, on Thursday, everybody go crappie fishing, and we'll have a fish fry on Friday.
Ooh.
That
I
could
was
be pretty
actually
cool.
also going to suggest too that to have a little side pot action going on with what I like to call trash fish. So anything but bass, it could be crappie, it could be bluegill, catfish, walleye, pike, whatever other random species you catch, have a trash fish pot, for people to try to sort of compete in and have fun with.
That could be cool.
But
I wish it
crappie,
was bordering the Great Lakes, then I could get in on that other tournament that we got going on.
Yep. Yeah. I know. Yep, we're too far south for that one. Yep.
I think I did find the video that we did. I don't know. It's 8 minutes long, but we could probably show it. We're only at 40 minutes now. So do you want to do that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Let's. All right, let's do it. Let me jump over here. That's a good shot of the whole place.
Yep, of the marina.
And that was the first cabin. Yep, that was the first cabin we stayed at, or at least that I stayed at. Jay, I forgot. Jay shot this with his drone. Do you remember that?
That's right.
See, the water's even higher than that right now.
Oh wow!
Wait, that was in October, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. This was all from the meetup.
Right.
Yep, that was at the restaurant. Yep.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's Nathan do all the talking for this video. What happened? But that was weird. What happened to it?
So we've had it for about 10 years.
Interesting. There it goes.
I was just gonna say I froze there for a little bit.
Yep, that's Nathan.
6 bedrooms. They've got hot tubs upstairs. Really nice.
I don't know. Can we?
Kind of choppy.
25 people. And of course,
Yeah.
rent kayaks.
Let me see if I can jump forward
We've
to.
got 5 kayaks.
Oh, they're showing some kayaks. Let's
Boats,
see.
stand-up paddleboards.
I'm just looking for if they show houseboats at all. Oh, there's a little bit more. Oh, here's the
But it's
barn.
Liberty Mutual.
Commercials. Can we skip that?
Of course, we get the ads. Wah, wah, wah.
Sometimes I hate YouTube. Can I skip?
Break it
Let
up,
me skip.
premium.
All right. There we go. So here's the barn.
That's heated and cooled, has kitchens and dressing rooms in
It's
it.
beautiful.
You host up to 300 people there, and it's on a 98.
Yeah, when I first heard barn and then I saw in real life what it was, I was like, holy cow.
That's right down
Yeah.
the road. So adjacent to here.
Yeah, it's got a
So
chandelier.
this is where we kind of host the.
So if you're looking to stay here,
Yes. Yep, right there it is.
What's going on, everybody?
There's Brian. So
Mr. Brian.
let's see here.
They provided us with excellent meals.
There they're talking about the restaurant. Let's see. I'm just gonna skip ahead and see. I think that. Oh wait, there's a little bit more here. Oh, here. This was JL playing in the restaurant.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we've had a lot of things. We've had some good live entertainment and stuff, but yeah, I think all in all, it's just been every year it's a little something different. But it's just been such an interesting experience each time. Great every time. Man, some funny stories. Milford, I'll just keep that. We'll let that story for another time, but never a dull moment. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and we also won't mention, doing some things on a houseboat. I'll just say, we were in the hot tub for a while, and then somebody wanted to cool off. That's all I'll say.
Well, guys, if you own a marina, you worry about electricity in the water and stuff underneath the water and concrete blocks, and there's a lot of stuff under them docks that could be, going down a slide at the dock. And it was kind of funny for somebody to do some Facebook Live, and they got caught.
That was the greatest thing.
You're not gonna get our crew together and have us follow all the rules. Unfortunately, I guess
there's always shenanigans of some sort.
But when you see 40-year-old man acting like he just got in trouble like a teenager. It's hilarious. I mean, I guess I don't think guys ever grow up anyway, but
No. No.
Oh my
Especially
Oh, Brian Schiller's face when his phone started ringing. He's like, "Oh, beep! It's Richard calling."
I'm trying to play it off when I'm watching you on Facebook Live. I mean, it's like, don't do that.
I know, like he got
my.
all serious, and everything real quick. He's like, "All right, guys, we gotta stop this, right?"
Yeah. He went from the caught teenager
Woo!
to the dad.
Serious.
Yep. Yes, he did.
But if you've ever been like I've had to dive underneath the docks because of cables and fixing stuff or whatever. And I'll tell you one story that it was like 20 feet of water, but I was down there and you're going real slow because there's who knows what you're going to find under there.
Right.
And there were shards of glass sticking up like 2 feet off the bottom from broken windows from an old houseboat.
Oh, wow.
And so you're going real slow and you're feeling your way. And, I mean, that's you just don't go down a slide at a dock.
Yeah.
No, I completely understand why. Yeah, it made sense. It just kind of got lost on a few folks in the heat of the moment. So
there's underwater supports that are like 2 feet under the water that you can't see. So those docks, those big ones for houseboats, they're I don't know, 25 feet wide, and so to hold them together, there's like 3 or 4 places where it goes down and over and back up.
Okay.
So there's big steel braces under there that are just below the boat. So if you were to dive in there, they're only like 2 or 3 feet under the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can make a good day into a very bad day.
Yeah. So
we always want to be safe, but yes. Yep.
But hey, if somebody wants to go down a slide, I could park one of those houseboats out in the middle.
There you go.
I can do that if I want to.
Yeah. Hopefully we have some decent weather when we're down there towards the end of April, which I'm thinking we will. So.
Well, I would think that the water temperature would probably be warmer than 70. That's too cold for me, but I don't know about.
That's just wild to think of that. Of course, I mean, here in Illinois and Pennsylvania for Sean, we're both like, we'll be lucky if we're in the 60s in April,
Oh, yeah.
Well, today the air temperature was 75 degrees.
Oh,
wow.
All my peaches, my peach trees have all bloomed.
Oh,
wow.
Wow. You guys are just having an early spring coming then.
Yeah. Now, I've owned the place 15 years. There's actually 1 year where in March, the water temperature did get above 70 degrees. Yeah.
In March. Wow.
It was my son's spring break, and we went out on a houseboat, and they tubed and everything.
Wow.
That's, again, only happened one time in 15 years.
Right.
Gotcha.
Wow. I'm trying to think what the water temps were last year when we were there.
Yeah, I didn't have my fish finder, so I wasn't sure. I was using somebody else's boat, so.
Yeah, I think it was probably 60.
Yeah, 60 something would sound about right. Of course, I don't have my photo thing back up again, but yeah. Anyway.
I know when we went down in October, I was surprised. We went out the one morning and there was frost, like a coating of frost on everything, and I was like, I am not dressed for this at all. Holy cow!
Well, that was last year. That was last year in the spring. Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember going out and I couldn't believe the amount of frost that was all over my kayak. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Shane and Kristen were going to compete, and like they got up early and everything, but like they went outside and saw how cold it was and saw the frost, and they're like, nope. So they went back in and went back to sleep.
Yeah. Well, we've had Aprils where people have went out on a houseboat with snow. So I mean, that's happened before in April. So
yeah.
April.
Okay, we don't need any of that this year.
Hey, you look at the next couple weeks. I mean, it's not getting colder.
Yeah. I mean, here it's been all over the place the last couple of weeks. I mean, yeah, we had 65 for a high yesterday, and then today only a high of like 50, and then we're going to be back in the lower 40s. So it's been all over the place lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same here. But that's another reason why I'm looking forward to getting down there. So
It don't matter what the weather's going to be. It's going to be fine.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a great time.
Yep, it always is. I know I'll be laughing, that's for sure. So. All right, Richard. Well, Susie wanted to go over some Tourney X stuff. I forgot about
Yep.
that.
So yeah, for those of you who may be hearing about this for the first time or wanting to find out where to sign up and all those other details, you can just go to tourneyx.com, and then under the club tabs, you're going to look for Padde N Fin. And then you'll see 3 different events on there. We have a multi-species season-long event going on. We've got the March Noobs tourney going on. And then, of course, we have the Open at Dale Hollow. So this is where you're going to find all of your information. You can download the app for Eastport Marina and find local lodging there as well. There's going to be free camping there. And I mean, towards the end of April, I think it's going to be perfect temperatures for camping. So you can't beat that. But, if you're not fond of sleeping in the outdoors or whatnot, or want a decent bed, you can rent either a houseboat or get with a group of friends and rent the cabins. Make sure you contact Richard for more details and information on that. And again, like you said, dinner will be provided to all registered anglers Saturday night at check-in, and that will be at the barn that we showed you pictures of at the farm. So definitely good food. They've got beer on tap, other beverages and whatnot. So really good food, fun for all. There's going to be door prizes for everybody. So everybody's going to be walking home with something and not just nothing. Like Richard said, last year, our last place person, who I don't think he caught anything both days, right?
No.
No, yeah. He was a lucky winner of a new Newport motor, which was pretty awesome. So if you need more incentive to come to this event, there you go. I mean, you don't always have to win in order to win, in a sense.
Well, I like for people to stay till the end.
Yes, so, that too, because you never know what you're going to get.
Right, and then the other thing is if you're in last place and you're there supporting the people that are winning stuff, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
So I don't know what I'm going to do this year, but I'll try to do something.
Cool. All right. Got some stuff in the back pocket, got to save the best stuff for last.
Well, I didn't really plan that. It was just kind of a whim,
Just kind of a whim. But hey, still, I mean, it's definitely great sportsmanship for everybody to stick around. Great time for camaraderie, get to know people, learn about anything and everything when it comes to fishing on Dale Hollow, and just meeting new people. Just it's awesome. There is a Google Map link on here that you can click on to see the boundaries, because there are some lakes and streams that do go pretty far off of the main lake, so you'll see where those different boundaries are. And then there is a waiver that everybody must have signed and completed by that Friday night. We'll have like a little brief captain's meeting and check-in Friday night at the barn to go over, some basic things. We'll hand out the day one identifiers. We'll check your catch boards to make sure that they're all legit, and go over all important details as well. So yep, the time of events is on here. So Friday pre-fishing ends at 5, so that means you have to be completely off and out of the water at 5 p.m. The captain's meeting does start at 6 p.m. You don't have to be present at that captain's meeting, but we will announce predetermined locations beforehand where you can get your identifier and your catch board checked. Each year, we do this on that Friday or that Saturday morning because we know some people are coming in last minute, Friday night, and may get in at the wee hours of the morning. And we'll announce those locations on our Facebook page, Tourney X, and whatnot. So that way you can just show up to a ramp and get your stuff checked and get on the water and be on your way. So day 1, Saturday, April 22nd, 5:30 a.m. is when you can launch. 5:45 is lines in. 2 o'clock is lines out, and this will be the same exact times for day 2 as well. Gotta have your submissions and check-in deadline by 3:30 p.m. and then captain's meeting at 4 p.m. And again, for all the registered anglers for dinner on Saturday night, your entry fee goes towards that. If you do bring a spouse or significant other, or friends for that matter too, they can purchase a meal for $10 and then dollar draft meals.
That's be $12 for dinner.
$12. Oh, it should be $12.
$12, yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll get that fixed here. And then dollar draft beers will be served as well. And then again, same kind of timeline for day 2, except for Sunday. There isn't necessarily going to be dinner or anything like that because once the award ceremony is over, then mostly everybody will head home for the day. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, any other information that we might have forgotten, or just wondering, about Dale Hollow in itself, more about Eastport, again, the links are up here at the page. Again, you can download the app, find out more information at their website, Eastport Info. And I think that's kind of all of that wrapped up in a nutshell for you.
So from a tournament standpoint, if you were brand new to kayak fishing and you wanted to have or attend your first tournament, this would be the one to go to, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because it's a little more laid back. Everybody's going to be real patient with you. You'll make friends.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's worried about you finding their secret spot.
Right.
Yep. So, and it's a great time to fish. You'll probably get something.
Yes.
And if you don't, you might get a big prize. But so, I mean, if you were new to kayak fishing and maybe never been in a tournament, I think this is the one you really want to be at.
Yep, exactly. And we do have modified rules compared to Hobie and KDF. So we do allow motors, obviously. And then we are changing some of the rules this year when it comes to open mouth and touching the tails. For more details on that, there is a rules link in the description as well. So make sure you guys check those out. We are going to allow everybody to kind of touch and pinch the back part of the tails because, I mean, quite frankly, we've never had any issues with anybody doing weird stuff with fish or whatnot type of thing. And then open mouth rule, if it's barely cracked or just slightly open, it's not going to be that full inch deduction anymore. It's only going to be, I think, what do we say, a 1/4 inch deduction? Yeah. And then anything beyond that could be anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch deduction or possible disqualification, just depending on, whatever factors might be out there and whatnot. But, we're pretty lenient about, I shouldn't say lenient about rules. I mean, we stick to the rules, but, we will reach out to anglers if you submitted a photo and like, if it's really blurry or something like that, or if I can't really tell if that tip of the tail is on this line, I might reach out and ask you for a better picture if you have one. that type of thing. So, we work with anglers to make sure, you're getting the best benefit out of this as well.
You're just trying to be as fair as you can.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
Not penalizing people for.
Right. We want everybody to have a good time, bottom line. So.
Yep, exactly. And any of the paddle and fin crew that's going to be there, we are more than happy to, show you some different things, teach you different things. I mean, between all of us, we could probably open up a small tackle shop when we're going to be down there with the amount of stuff that we bring. I mean, Brian had like 6 huge containers just full of stuff. So, I mean, like if you came down, you're like, oh man, I didn't even think to bring my jerk baits or my lipless or something like that. Come see us. I guarantee you somebody will have what you may need or are looking for. So, and that's a great thing about this event as well, is like everybody is so outgoing and willing to help people, and just, it's not like you're in the elite series where everything's a secret and, you can't talk to people or anything like that. That's not what this is about. It's just about, coming here, having a great time, going fishing. I mean, it's Dale Hollow. I am stupid excited to catch smallmouth fish. That's like one of my favorite species to fish for, because they're so fun, but they're infuriating at the same time. So, yep.
All right, Richard. Well, anything else that you wanted to add before we kind of wrap things up?
Well, the one thing I would ask is that if you know you're coming, sign up.
Yes.
Don't wait till the last minute. If you know you want to stay in a houseboat, give us a call. If you need a cabin, don't wait till the last minute. And, send me a heads up if you're planning on camping too. And that way we can plan for you. It's hard to plan for like dinner on Saturday night if everybody waits till the last minute to sign up.
Yep.
We have to do our shopping and get everything in line. So soon as you know, sign up.
Yep.
I mean, kayak fishermen are the worst for waiting until the last minute.
We'll admit it, and I mean, I know a lot of
that's
people.
fair.
Yeah, I know a lot of people also too, work, they plan things paycheck to paycheck. You can sign up on Tourney X without paying the entry fee. It's just when you get to the part to check out, you just exit out of it. It'll show on our side, not necessarily on the live side, that you've signed up. It's just your pending payment. So you can do that as well. And then like the night of, if you then pay your entry fee to have it show up on Tourney X, that'll happen. But yeah, you can do that option too if you're, kind of tight for cash or whatnot, up until, maybe that Friday before the event. Because, that's just how, it is for some people. Sometimes they can't,
Right.
Find the money or whatnot. So just know that you have that option to sign up that way as well.
Good
And
deal.
another thing I wanted to say too is, you never know who you're going to run into. This event is where I've met Russ Snyder's. It's where I've met Adam Reiser. I've met a lot of bigger names in the kayak fishing community at Dale Hollow at this event. So, if that's something you're into too, you don't want to, possibly get to meet some folks. It's not always a bad idea to come check us out too. So you never know who's going to stop by and who you might be fishing against. So
You might meet somebody who's not famous this year, but might be next year.
That's true. I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, yeah, you could have the next Russ Snyder's or the
That's
next
right.
Christine Fisher. I mean,
Or you could be that person.
you could.
That's right.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
This could be your start. So
Yeah.
That's right.
all righty. Well, if there's nothing else, then I think we'll probably wrap this up. Richard, just let folks know where they can find you, how they can get in touch with you. I know we covered a little bit, but I'll let you shout it out too.
Well, our website is eastport.info, and that'll get you to the reservation system, our website. There's a link to the barn. All of that's on there. Should be able to find a link also for Facebook. If you want to, check into some of the fishing activities that are going on and, what's working, there's a Facebook page called Fish Dale Hollow. and it's got 13,000 members. So you might pick up some tips there.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
But you can, you could call us. Our phone number is 931-879-7511. That'll go directly to the marina. If you got any questions, ask for me. No problem. I work a lot, so I'll probably be one of the guys answering the phone. So anyway, yeah, just give us a call if you need something. We'll get you set up.
All right, and we'll include a lot of that info here in the show notes for this show as well. So if you don't want to go digging for it, just look below in the notes wherever you're watching this or listening, and you should be able to find that info as well. We'll get you the info you need so you can come join us. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm very exciting. Yeah. So
Can't wait.
all right, guys. Well, hope to see you all down at Dale Hollow. Susie and I will both be there. Richard obviously will be there as well. And just looking forward to getting to meet as many people as we can and share the water with you guys and share the good times with you guys as well. So if you have the means, I highly recommend joining us. And we look forward to seeing you guys there. So this has been another episode of Bass Fishing for Noobs here on the Padde N Fin podcast, where we bring you the techniques, the tricks, and the tips to help you rip more lips. You guys have a good night. Thanks, guys.